Okay. And I don't know if you guys can see me. I don't know. Well, I guess you can. All right. This is the part 2 of the continuation of specialization of car restoration of cars. So we're gonna do this right here like this. I want you guys to be able to see this. Matter of fact, let me get a light, shine it. So we want to get that here. See all that rust there? That's the damage that you would get in your car from years of not taking care of it. This is good for a novice. So we're gonna start off first by sanding it. We're gonna spray it with some WD-40. This WD-40 is try to stay away from the bushings, because you know this stuff ain't good for the bushings. So I try to stay away from the bushings. These are the bushings, these rubber things that's in here. Those cause this thing to work. So we're gonna spray this off. We're gonna let it sit for a little while, because we're gonna hook this up. All right, while we're under here, we're gonna take a look at all this. You see that? That right there, I don't know if you guys can see that up there, but that's a bad one. That's a bad one right there. See that nut that I'm shining on? Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, that's the nut. We want to get all them rusted nuts. Let me see, where's the other one? Where's the broom? All right, let me see something. So I'm gonna make a tape and put a brush on it. The brush just here is a little brush. I'm gonna tape it to that so we can get under there to get to right over here. If you guys can see under the car, give you some light. We're trying to get to that area right over there. That area, I'm shining a light right there. So we're gonna stretch the brush. We're gonna do it from that side. So we're back, folks. We're back here. So we're gonna use this brush, this modified. We're gonna scrape that off there. Try to put something under this stuff. Scrape that there. We're gonna touch up that, and you know, whatever else you can find here that's rusted. Like, look, I see something new. You see all that? That's all rusted. I don't know if you can see me in there. Hold up, let me give you a little better scene so you can see what I'm doing here. See that right here? Where I'm plugging it, where I'm pointing to, it's some type of nut, some type of brace. I'll move it out your way so you can see it clear. That brace right there needs to be rusted. It needs to be sprayed. All of these rusty spots here, the screws, the connect, are rusty. I also turned around and I did this here. So this was rusty spot, so we touched that. Again, we sprayed it with WD. We scraped it with the metal brush. We scraped it with the metal brush. Then we used the scraper. We scraped it with the steel brush. Then we sprayed the WD-40. Then we scraped it again. Then we sprayed it again. And it was good. Now, if you want to touch it up, you can put this here, which I'm gonna do for this here, this piece, this right here. I'm gonna scrape that. You're gonna see. So we're gonna start now. Hold up. So we're gonna start scraping right now. Hold up. So we scrape that. I'm gonna take off my modified brush. Again, I'm taking it off because I'm gonna use this for something, for the same thing. So we're gonna take off this mod. You can do anything. You can do it to a piece of wood, anything, piece of steel. And this is specialization. This is high specialization for older vehicles. Yes, it's expensive to pay somebody to do this because your average mechanic is not gonna go the extra mile to get this thing done. But we're gonna do it here, show you guys how to do this shit on YouTube. Do this stuff on YouTube and you're gonna be okay. So watch what I'm doing here. So as folks, you can see we wiped everything off. We got all the loose rust particles. Again, this is good because this gives you another 10 years, 20 years on your car, and it helps your vehicle, you know, as far as winter time come, the harsh weather, you know. And it's easier for the mechanic to work on and yourself to work on because your parts are good. So you want to get that, all those little spots. So we did that right there. We're going to spray it again. So we sprayed it again. While I'm up here, I'll touch this. While we're there, I'll touch that there. This is another screw over here, if you can see it, guys, clear? Okay, so we just spray that. It's a little screw, just to keep the integrity of your screws. Again, this is specialized work. You're not gonna get this from your mechanic and somebody fixes your car, they're not gonna do all this extra stuff. This is specialty work. Very expensive, but we're here to save you money. If you're an eager person, you can do it. I want you to notice something here that I did up top, which was a rusted part. So one of the rusted parts that I found on the car, I ended up doing the same procedure. Steel brush, spray with WD, steel brush again, spray with WD, then paint it with the Rust-Oleum. Then you can go over it. But this will hold, or you can keep the Rust-Oleum on it, which is good for all the rusted metal. So you want to keep your car lasting a long time. You want to have this done this way. Okay, so we're doing all this here now. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here. I'll spray another one over there for for that size. Okay, we'll let that drip dry, and we'll come back now to do this. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna move this over here. This might be a part 2 because I'm going over my 10-minute mark. So hold up. Okay, so we're moving here. We're gonna do that again. I did that already, but I want to do it again because I got the WD-40 in effect. I'm good. We're gonna shine some light over there so you can see what's going on. You see what's going on here, folks? You see where I'm at? Let me see if you can get closer. Well, where's that shit at? Where I got it? Do I got that 16 spot? All right, there you guys go. Now you can see what's going on even better, guys. All right, this is where we're going. We're doing this. As you can see, it's rusted. It's rusted, as you can see. All that spot. So we're running a little. Again, this is specialization, folks. Try not to get it on the bushing, because this rubber, because it's not good for rubber. So now you see, you let that drip dry, right? That's gonna drip dry good. Like I said, we're here to touch all the screws. Let's see this other screw here that I talked to you about before when I had the stick. Okay, we'll spray that again. Let it sit for a little while, folks. And we look for other rusted spots. Now, certain spots you may not be able to spray into, so you may just have to get a rag and spray it on a rag and wipe it into it, you know, but you may not be able to do that. So don't always assume you're going to be always to spray. Sometimes you may have to spray it into a rag and wipe it off, you know. Certain spots, especially if you're around gaskets and, you know, things that you don't want to mess up, you know. So we go here. All right, so that's the other side right there, and this is the other side here. So we have one here, and we have another thing on the same exact opposite side. That one sprayed on the opposite side, so I'm doing both sides at the same time, off and on. All right, folks. I want to show you one other thing before we go on. Before we move on, we're gonna go to part 2.